David Frei, who is the Director of Communications for Westminster Kennel Club Show. He is also the announcer and has been doing it for 23 years. So if anybody knows about Westminster, David does. How does the show compare this year to others previously?
Well, you know, we do the same thing every year. We have 185 breeds and varieties this year that compete first at the breed level. Then they advance. If they win the breed, they go into their group. And then the 7 group winners come together at the very end, and one of them is selected as best in show. And while that process is the same every year, we have different players. We have different dogs. Last year was the Scottish Deerhound, the year before the Scottish Terrier, the year before the Sussex Spaniel. So that's what makes it fun and different. Then the easy part about what's new is we have 6 new breeds this year as well.
And you know what? I was going to ask you about one breed. Okay, because look, I've got it written down and I'm going around the show seeing if people can pronounce this. So I want to put you to the test. All right.
I've been practicing a long time.
Damn. This is the new breed. Okay. So people are having real difficulty, including myself. So I've also put phonetically how to pronounce this. How do you pronounce it?
It's Xolo Escuintli. It's Spanish. This is a breed that was originally called the Mexican hairless dog, which was a lot easier, of course, than saying Xolo Escuintli. But there's the coward's way out, is just to call it a Xolo, which is pretty common for people to do. Beautiful new dog.
Why was it named that way?
I don't know. It has a role in the heritage in Mexico with the Aztec culture, and they're a beautiful, ancient-looking dog. You know, they come in both hairless and coated, but the ones that are hairless, and they come in 3 different sizes as well, they look like you would see them drawn on the burial sites in Mayan Mexico or Aztec in Mexico too. So beautiful dogs.
Yeah. Who makes the decision about accepting a breed?
The American Kennel Club decides each year what new breeds they're going to accept and make them eligible for dog shows like Westminster. We're a member club of Westminster, so we play by the AKC rules. But they have to have, you know, we say new breeds, it's a bit of a misnomer because some of these dogs have been around for hundreds or even thousands of years, but they need to generate a certain following in this country before the AKC will accept them. A certain geographic distribution, certain population, and a parent club that watches out for them.
Okay. Now, just so we can sort of get on the ground floor with this one, because I'm very much involved in the rescue world, coming here, obviously there are people who will be criticizing me from coming here. What do you say to those people that are passionate rescuers that say that this is an elitist show, but that also say that we shouldn't have pedigree dogs and that we shouldn't have breeders, that in fact we should, rescue?
There's always a place for the purebred dog, and there always will be. There are purebred dogs that do things for us to help our world be a better place, whether it's something like being a therapy dog or being a search and rescue dog or being a bomb detection dog and things like that, that a dog needs traits that certain breeds have. If you're going to breed those traits down and out of them, we're going to have issues with the jobs that they do now. We are not elitist. We are like any other dog owner. We're proud of our dogs. These are real dogs that live on our couch and steal food off our counters and shed on our black clothes and probably even drink out of a toilet once in a while at home. It just happens that they're show dogs, and we get to bring them here and do these and have fun with them at a dog show with a dog that we love. So we think we have a great place here where we talk all the time about responsible ownership. We talk all the time about finding a dog to match your lifestyle.
Right.
And we don't do it at the expense of non-purebred dogs or shelter dogs. We do it because we want people to think about some of these things that are involved with responsible ownership and finding the right dog to match your lifestyle. With a purebred dog, you have the opportunity to know they're very predictable. I know that this little 2-pound ball of fluff, if it's a Pomeranian, it's going to grow up to be 7 pounds. If it's a 2-pound ball of fluff that's an Akita, it probably doesn't look too different than a Pomeranian puppy at that point. It's going to grow up to be 85 pounds. That may not be the right dog for you, and a lot of times those dogs end up in shelters because you're surprised by what they turn into, what they grow into.
Right. So what does the Kennel Club do to help to spread the word about responsible dog ownership and responsible breeding?
Well, being a bench show is, of course, the first step for the spectators, the people who are here in person, get the opportunity to circulate amongst the benched in the benching area and talk to breeders. They get to see the dogs up close and personal. They get to talk to the breeders. Responsible breeders will spend as much time telling you the reasons why the dog isn't the right dog for you as why it might be. And that's important. Responsible breeders do things like health checks. They know their pedigrees behind their dogs. they have a better chance of creating a dog that's healthy and happy, properly socialized, and ready to go for a great family. And when you buy a dog from a responsible breeder, you're buying that breeder too, and that breeder is going to be with you for the lifetime of that dog. It's not like buying a dog at a pet store where it's all about the sale. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, absolutely. And therefore, you're not saying now that Westminster supports puppy mills?
Oh, no, not at all. We want you to buy your dogs from responsible breeders. Now, that said, sometimes you have to be patient about it. You know, do your homework. You know this. You preach it all the time too. That take your time. You're about to add a member to your family that's going to be with you for 10, 12, 15 years, maybe longer than some of your children. If it takes you a couple of weeks or even a couple of months to find that right dog, it's going to be worth it. But if you buy on impulse, some things may happen to surprise you that might not make that the right dog for you.
Yeah. Now tell us, you've been in Westminster for many years. Are there things that you've seen that have really surprised you?
No, there are no surprises here. You know, these are real dogs and we're real people. So, you know, dogs do what dogs do. Sometimes they do it on national television, and sometimes they do it off in a corner where nobody sees it. But we all laugh about it. The dogs laugh about it in their own way, and we go back to doing what we do.
Has anybody, and this is a question that I know viewers will want to know, has anybody tried to bribe you to get their dog to win? Have people ever tried to do that?
Not in my world.
Not in your world.
Not in my world.
Okay.
You know, the funny thing is, the odds for Westminster are listed at Wynn Casino. The director of the sports book there sets the odds for Westminster, and there are for entertainment purposes only. And he says the reason that they are for entertainment purposes only is because they never set odds on something that a single human being decides. So there's never any issue with that. So, and they also only pick the breed. They don't pick a specific dog of that breed, but I think sometimes when he says that he's picking the Peak to be 6-1, the 6-1 favorite, we know he's talking about Malachi.
Right.
We know he's talking about Banana Joe, the Affin pincher. We know he's talking about Beckham, the beautiful black cocker that's here. We know who those dogs are, but betting, we haven't reached that point yet where there's any pari-mutuel stuff going on.
So there are A-listers in this dog world?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's just like any other celebrity-driven sport. You know, the dog that goes best in show at Westminster really becomes the newest single-name celebrity in this country the next day. And we walk around doing things. We go to visit the Today Show and Good Morning America and Martha and The View and shows like that. And as we're walking and going place to place, people are hollering at us all the time. Hey, Hickory, I saw you last night. You look great. Hey, Rufus, we love you. We want you to work with us. So it's a wonderful culture we have, you know, with millions of people watching us on television, millions more on the internet, and we think we do a lot for people.
Yeah. Well, I think you do too, and thank you so much, and we're very excited to see who's going to be best in show.